exciting episode of On This Table. Well, On This Table is a show where we'll bring you issues confronting life and the world at large, and of course, bring possible solutions to these life issues. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about something really very interesting. With the high rates of divorce, it is pertinent to really dig into it and know what the problem is. I mean, looking at it back in the day and now, you'd agree with me that there's a high rise of divorce. So today we're going to be talking about infidelity in marriage. Most people have come out to say that the reason why there's divorce here and there is because there's so much infidelity. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, infidelity in marriage. And as usual, I have a guest in the house. Let's go on this quick break. When I come back, we will start the conversation.
Kingsprimetv, your one-stop entertainment platform for live sport, news, top-notch Nollywood movies. Please log on to www.kingsprimetv.com or download our app from the Google Play Store or iOS to get entertainment just the way you like it.
Welcome back. Okay, I'm usually very excited to introduce my guests. Like I always say, they have this energy they bring with them that makes me not want to end the show. Okay, so he has been in the house before and we couldn't get enough of him. We had to bring him back. Okay, I'm talking about Mr. Collins Alozie. Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you for coming again.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's cut the chase. Now, we are going to be discussing about infidelity in marriage. We have found out that, okay, one of the reasons why people separate from their marriages is because of infidelity. It has been tied down to infidelity. So, first of all, we're going to ask, for a layman who doesn't know what infidelity is, we're going to ask, what, in your own opinion, what do you think infidelity is?
Okay, all right. Like you said, in my own
Opinion. Yeah.
Infidelity is a disbelief in your partner, not believing that he or she is enough for you and all you need sexually.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, it's a disbelief. It starts from your belief system.
Okay.
So once your belief system is wrong, you are going to get it wrong.
Okay. So people who cheat on their partners do not believe that their partner is enough for them.
That is it.
Okay.
They not only do they not believe that their partner is enough for them, they have this belief that they have to indulge.
Oh, okay.
As if it's not enough to just stick to one person.
Okay.
So it's the fault is in their belief system.
Okay. So what really what would you say causes infidelity? What causes infidelity?
Infidelity. Number one cause of infidelity: ignorance. Not having enough knowledge concerning marriage. Number two, lack of self-control.
Okay. Number
three, poor societal value.
Okay.
Because most of our beliefs, we got it from our society. Growing up, we took it along with us. Number three, number four, I would say, looking at distance, in a distance relationship, with a situation where somebody had to travel to a distant place. He works, stays there, spends weeks, months before he comes back. So it becomes an ample opportunity, to exploit those weaknesses.
Okay.
So these are the major reasons. And also not forgetting, would I say, how do I put it, for the ladies in particular, being lackadaisical, feeling that once I'm married and that is it, you no longer put yourself in order and in shape.
Okay.
Forgetting that if you are no longer in shape, the picture the man had in his mind when he got attracted to you, you no longer have that same qualities before him. So it's just a matter of time.
Okay.
His feelings begin to weighed harm.
Okay. So you talked about tradition. Let's really talk deep about it. Now, when you say tradition as one of the causes of infidelity, does it mean that it has always been there that there will be infidelity in marriage?
Yes, per se, because if you look at African culture, African culture gives room for polygamy.
Okay.
And we know if you look back, in the African culture, there's this room for 1, 2 wives, and the rest could be concubines.
Okay.
Not really called wives,
Yeah.
but
Not
they
being married to them.
but they still indulge in sexual activities. So you could agree with me that this can be seen. It is part of African culture. It is part of it.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay. So now, do we have an agreement that infidelity is sex? You having sex with another person who isn't your partner?
Definitely.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Now, so is flirting also called infidelity? Because I know that there are some people who want to go naughty, chatting with somebody who isn't their partner, and then I've seen someone. I've actually had a discussion with someone who said that he hasn't cheated on his spouse because he hasn't slept with someone, but his chats are quite sometimes erotic messages with the opposite sex. So is that tied to infidelity? Would you say that flirting is the same thing as cheating on your partner?
I would say yes. That flirting is infidelity. Reason. Ask yourself, what is flirting?
Okay.
Flirting at first is a subtle, approach or advance to an opposite sex. Showing to the, proving to the person that you are sexually attracted to the person.
Okay.
And in a playful mood, but that is regularly done in a playful mood. So, if I'm to say, what if the person, bites your advances? What next? You get down to business.
Okay.
So that's why I would strongly believe that flirting is infidelity.
Okay.
Because it's a subtle approach. Trying to relay your message like, look, I'm interested in you. I'm sexually attracted in you.
But saying I'm interested in you, there's some people that just want to play around with it.
It's not enough. It's not good enough. You are toying with somebody's emotion. It's emotionally involved.
Okay.
It has some level of emotional involvement. So you can't just play on the periphery. You said you are playing. What are
about the other person?
Okay.
Person? Okay.
And the receiving end.
Okay.
How does the person get your gets your coded message? Because communication is an act of encoding and decoding. So you've encoded, and the person decodes. It's left for the other person to decode what you are saying.
Yeah.
So what if he decodes your information, the information you are passing, relaying to himself or herself to say, look, you are saying you are interested in me. Okay, me too, I'm interested in you. So what next?
Okay.
So will you just come out and say, oh, look, I was joking, I was, it is not done.
Okay. So I mean, there are some psychological effects of flirting, of this infidelity. So for a partner now whose spouse just have, for a partner who has been cheated on, are there effects? Are they side effects? Are they things that this infidelity? What does it really do to that partner?
Okay, to start with, there's this distrust.
Okay.
For instance, your partner you loved so much, and both of you got down to marriage. At least before you say you want to marry somebody, there should be some level of trust.
Of trust, of course.
Yeah. So first of all, you've shattered that trust. With the person lost his trust. Number two, the person begin to, there's this possibility for some people to be prone to psychosomatic diseases.
Can you please explain that?
So there are some ailments that are psychosomatic in the sense that they are tied to your emotion.
Okay.
Number one, high blood pressure.
Okay.
Number two, diabetes. Number three, cancer. Some cancer, they are all tied, most of them are tied to your emotions.
Okay.
So when somebody you cheat on a partner, and one of the things that's certain is depression. From depression, the person could be prone to all these psychosomatic diseases. So it's a very daring thing to the person cheated upon, cheated on. It takes a lot from the person.
Okay. So for children, let's talk about children who are who are faced with this infidelity from their parents. I mean, let's talk about the trauma they go through. Is it 100% possible that a child who sees her father, or a child who sees his father or mother indulge in infidelity, is it possible that that child will grow up to do that same thing he has seen his father or mother do?
Frankly, frankly speaking, the percentage of its occurrence is high.
Okay.
Because children are replica of the homes they come from. It's easy to know a child's home by the time if you are somebody that you pay detailed attention, you could tell if your child is coming from a good home. You could tell simply by their attitudes. So there are tendencies for the child to want to replicate what he or she saw at home.
Okay.
So yes, there are risks. There are possibilities they want to. You know, I could. There was a day I was discussing with my younger sister, and we got talking. As we got talking, there was something she said, though I didn't call her attention to it, but I could hear my father talking.
Okay, so this conversation is becoming interesting. I really want to hear this story. All right, the conversation still continues. Let's go on this quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tanella, and I'm a mother, a barber, a hairstylist, a model, and I also enjoy doing outdoor activities such as golfing, hunting. I spend a lot of time with my horses outside of the city, as well as when I am in the city, I'm always doing other things, like activities with my daughter. And I enjoy watching Kingsprimetv because it has so many ways that I can use on my devices. I can use it on my laptop, I can use it on my cell phone, I can use it on my TV, I can use it on a tablet. My daughter can use it while we're driving. It's just so diverse, and I enjoy using it because it inspires me as an Aboriginal person to have that kind of aspect in our culture. Kingsprimetv just inspires me. I'm just intrigued.
In Africa and beyond, more and more people are finding Kingsprimetv a rich hub for entertainment. With a monthly subscription fee as low as 500 Nigerian Naira or 3,000 Naira annually, you too can enjoy seamless world-class HD entertainment that will inform, educate, entertain, and enthrall you. Join us today. Visit www.kingsprimetv.com to enter into a whole new dimension of entertainment. Kingsprimetv. Entertainment just the way you like it.
Welcome back. Okay, so we have been talking about infidelity in marriage, and I still have my guests in the house. So we're talking about a story.
Yeah, I said I was having a conversation on phone with my
your sister,
younger sister, and there was something she said. I didn't tell her, but I just said, "This is my father talking."
Okay,
you know. So children most at times are exact replica of their parents.
Yes,
it takes a lot of effort and education in order for children not to replicate their parents. So naturally, it is a normal thing. So once things like infidelity happens at home, there are tendencies that they are going to replicate it. Secondly, infidelity could impede on the children's performance in school. Academically, yeah. Because come to think of it, if you are having pressures, if the kids are having pressures at home, having to watch their parents no longer happy moment at home, it has a psychological effect on them. So it could affect their academical performance. And also, it affects their moral values. It affects their moral values. And lastly, it also makes them a danger to the society. Because such a worked up mentality they are going to have somebody, they are going to end up somebody's partner.
Yes,
and
that's
they'll
true.
begin to replicate. So they're a harm to the society too.
Okay, so are there risk factors of infidelity?
Yeah, the risk is high.
Okay.
Number one is the chances of contacting an STD.
Yes.
Also, having an unwanted child. 3, the family losing its respect.
Its respect, okay.
In the society. So it goes on and on and on. The list is endless.
Okay, so talking about the family losing its respect in the eyes of the society, is it applicable if a man cheats, or it is applicable if a woman cheats?
Though naturally it is more when a woman cheats than a man.
So which means the society accepts it when men cheat and not the other way around?
No, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. Not like the society accepts it when men cheat. Because if you go down that path, you could look at it this way: that the society makes an effort to curb cheating in marriages. Most especially, such protection that the society gives is only available for those who are legally married.
Okay.
For instance, in Nigeria, I don't know about other African countries, but in Nigeria precisely, they have about 3 levels of protection they give to marriages. Number 1 is the tradition.
Okay.
For me, for me, coming from the Igbo tribe, if you say you want to get married, you have to go down there to the wife,
to the girl's parents, yeah.
To be with your kingsmen. So if for perhaps in the future you come talking from the other side of your mouth, your kingsman will sit you down. They have some certain level right to penalize you.
Okay.
You can't just come and tell your kingsman that, look, I don't want this lady anymore. Your kingsman have the right to say, look, we can't force you on the lady, but we have the right to tell this lady to sit. She's our wife. They have that certain layer of protection. That is only when you are legally married, and your marriage, you carried your kinsmen along. They are aware that you are properly married. They went down there with you, and the only thing that could prove that is that you went down there with them, and they are sure that the necessary things were done. Also, the judiciary, the law, you have to register your marriage.
Okay.
One of the things when I married did was I registered my marriage was registered in the court. So during the registration, they're going to ask you some certain questions. Have you paid the bride price? That's the first one. Yeah. The traditional
so
right.
They honor the tradition.
Yes, they do. You can't just pick somebody from nowhere. You say you want. No, they want to find out. That's why there are rooms for witnesses during the marriage. And the third one, that might not be that much to some people, but the church equally, for those that are believers. Yeah. I can't just wake up and say I want to opt out from my marriage. I know it is going to cost me much because I'm a believer. Yeah. The church has right to sanction me some levels of sanction. So putting the tradition, the church, and the law, when all these protection are given to those that are legally married. Okay. But when your marriage is not legal,
you're cohabiting.
You are cohabiting. There's no protection for you. Okay. A man could walk out, a woman could walk out. Anybody could do whatever he or she likes. Okay. So that's why we advise: if somebody is interested in you or interested in someone, do the right thing. Follow the normal procedures. So, because I know how I felt when I was going through these 3 levels of procedures to ensure. I was just doing it because I know there are tendencies as a man. So I was doing those things in order to ensure I stayed married. Okay. There's this saying that they say a intertwined cord is not easily broken. How much more when it is 3? So I placed myself on that 3 level of restriction, and ensuring that I'm going to be seriously restricted from opting out of the marriage. Okay. But come to think of it, if you didn't get me down, if I wasn't down to those 3 layers of protection given by the society, I'm free to go. I'm a free man.
Okay. So are you saying that this infidelity in marriage is wrong for only married people? I mean, okay, assuming you are not married, we're single and then we're in a relationship. You're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, and then you cheat. Is that considered infidelity? Will I say, okay, my partner cheated on me, so it's infidelity and all that and all that? Do you have the right to say it?
Yes, because there was a partnership.
Okay.
There was some level of agreement between both of you. But you can't air your grievance to the society, because the society doesn't recognize that.
Okay.
You get the point.
Yes.
Your society doesn't recognize it. So you are just down there on your own.
Okay.
So if there was some abnormalities, nobody has a right to opt in, because it wasn't consummated properly.
Okay. So is infidelity, is it inevitable? Is it something that a grown man will come out to say, I have never cheated on my wife, or a grown woman will say, I've never cheated on my husband? Is it something that is inevitable?
You cannot say it is inevitable, because if you look around you find out people that, how do I put it, that their level of integrity when it comes to that is high.
Okay.
They've not indulged in such. And you can look at them, you see the gray hair. That's over the years they've been consistent in their marriage. So looking at them, they are enough proof, an example to tell you that, look, you cannot say this is inevitable. You can't say so.
Okay. So means that cheating is it's there. I mean, you cannot, it is really hard to see someone who has not cheated on his partner. Like, what is the percentage?
To be honest, I can't be precise. But depending on the aspect you are looking at it. Because if I say infidelity has to do with belief, means that I could cheat without indulging physically.
Okay.
Yeah, one could cheat without indulging physically in the mind.
So if you look at somebody in a very erotic manner, or you have a very erotic conversation with a person, it means you have cheated?
Yes, to an extent.
Okay.
Haven't you seen or ever fantasized about something?
Okay, fantasy.
Though you've not indulged, but man,
in your mind you have.
So one could equally cheat without indulging physically.
Okay. So infidelity, I'm sure that there are solutions. Just like they say, there's no problem that does not have a solution. So what is the best way to curb infidelity?
Okay. During my research, there was a research I did on infidelity some time ago. I came to find out about a certain man. He was a preacher, B. Graham.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard about him before.
Of course, I know.
That he himself, he was never caught or involved, like pronounced that he was in infidelity. But there was something he did. He ensured that he doesn't deal with an opposing sex.
Oh, okay.
Personally, that's one-on-one without an assistant present. So to him, that
really helped him.
That was an effort he made to ensure he protect himself from it. So there are level of things one could do to ensure it doesn't. For instance, I'll give you a story. I was traveling in a certain period. I entered a commercial vehicle, and right seated beside me was a very pretty lady. And along the line, she was directly hitting on me. I wouldn't tell you that I wasn't interested, because the lady she was pretty. And I know if I give the opportunity, I would want to. So what did I do? I was very careful.
Okay.
I never told her where I was stopping, and I ensured I kept her on the suspend till I told the driver I was stopping. And when I dropped, I ensured there was no exchange of contacts.
Okay.
So it ends there. So to me, it was my measure to ensure it doesn't go beyond that.
Okay.
Number two, when chatting with someone, we are not dummies. You could know, you could tell when somebody is hitting on you. Systematically, you could just opt out of the conversation.
Okay.
Just to limit that. So these are levels one could just ensure that he or she puts in place to
So
check this.
in other words, is a thing of the mind.
Yes.
Okay, so you really have to purge your mind of some certain things that would lead to infidelity.
Recall, there's a certain scripture that says that we should be careful of how we think. For as a man thinks,
Yes.
so it will happen to him. So it comes. That's why in my definition of infidelity, I say it's a disbelief. It has to do with your belief system. So it's of the mind, majorly, before it gets down to the physical activity.
Okay. So all these processes now that we have talked about, is it just related to men alone, or women are also involved in this?
Oh yeah, women also are involved. They are involved, but it's more pronounced in men. Than the women, but doesn't mean they are not involved.
Okay. So the conversation still continues. Let's go on this quick break. We'll be right back.
My name is Bukola. I'm a dedicated wife. I'm blessed with 2 beautiful children. I am the creator and the creative director of In Between I Stand. And the beautiful thing about the Kingsprimetv is it's an app. I can decide to use it on my television. I can decide to use it on my phone. And of course, I have an iPad. I can decide to use it on my iPad. There is no boring moment with the Kingsprimetv, especially the way it gets me close to my culture day by day. I'm a busy mom, and sometimes I just want to be on my bed alone with my laptop watching the Kingsprimetv. It is the best thing ever. And I'm not connected to just one aspect of the Kingsprimetv. I could decide to watch TV shows like The Big Nigerian Wedding, or probably go for a series. Lots of beautiful things on the Kingsprimetv.
In Africa and beyond, more and more people are finding Kingsprimetv a rich hub for entertainment. With a monthly subscription fee as low as $7.99 US, you too can enjoy seamless, world-class HD entertainment that will inform, educate, entertain, and enthrall you. Join us today. Visit kingsprimetv.com to enter into a whole new dimension of entertainment. Kingsprimetv. Entertainment just the way you like it.
Welcome back. Okay, so now I really want to understand this. They say that it is in the DNA of a man to cheat. Is that a proven fact? I really want to know. Why do people excuse men who cheat? And then when women cheat, it's like they want to kill the woman. I want to understand it.
Yeah, though the tendency is higher, in men than women.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean the women don't cheat. And for the fact that it is so, doesn't actually excuse the men.
Okay.
It doesn't. But you could tell how the life evolved right from the creation, if you're a believer, starting from the Bible. It looks as if you even read the Old Testament, it looks as if God excused the men.
The men, okay.
Why? You might not accept what I'm about to say. But it looks like God is more concerned with the man than the woman. He deals directly with the man. And when he says increase, multiply, and subdue the earth, it looks as if when you check it properly, it looks as if he was talking to the man, not the woman. In the sense that the way he designed the man, he placed no limit on the man, no restriction on the man.
But God is not the author of confusion.
No, get what I'm saying. When I say he placed no limit and no restriction on the man, a man reproduces all through his life cycle.
Okay.
There's no time he's on menopause. There's no time he's menstruating.
Okay, that's true.
It's continuous. If you watch the way he designed the man, it is continuous. So it's important. That's why I'm saying you might not believe. It's important to note when he's talking to them. When he's talking, he in the partnership, who he's referring to. It looks as if he's referring more to the man. When he say increase, multiply, replenish the earth. Secondly, when he gave an instruction, what to eat and what not to eat in the garden of Eden, if you look at it too, the woman disobeyed. And he said nothing. But immediately the man disobeyed.
He went
came
after
down.
him, okay?
So it looks as if we should be more sensitive to it. It's more concerned. It looks as if it's more concerned with the man. And if you look at his creation, his pattern, he created the man and he said his work was done. The woman came as a result of necessity. Because he said the man was alone. So perhaps if the man wasn't alone, there would have been no woman. So that's why I could tell you that the woman was created for the man to solve the need of the man, rather not the man, the woman.
Yeah.
So if you put all this together, I wouldn't be wrong if I say the word is the man's word.
It's the man's word, yeah.
I wouldn't be wrong. I wouldn't be exaggerating.
Okay.
So, but as time goes, we got to the New Testament. He now came, streamlined it. Jesus himself said clearly that it wasn't so in the beginning. In the beginning, he made him male and female.
Male and female.
He didn't say male and females. He made them a male and a female. It means that in his original design, it was supposed to be one woman. But for the fact that he excused man all this while, doesn't mean that it was his original design.
Okay, interesting. I've learned something new today. Okay, so now let's come back to infidelity.
Yeah.
let's come back home. Okay. Now, okay, let's talk about the healing process.
Yeah.
We know that let me be a Nigerian right now. It dey pain. It dey pain. It dey pain. You know what it means? Someone you love, someone you trust, and someone you've been living together with, and then all of a sudden this person just shatters your heart, just breaks it. It a pain. So for someone who has been cheated on, is it 100% possible that 100% possible that the healing will be 100%, that there will be total healing? Can you just forget that, okay, this never happened and you're healed? I mean, is it possible?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The healing process starts for you making up your mind before the event took place. How do I mean?
Okay.
When you are in a marriage, though nobody wants it.
Okay.
For instance, who wants to get married to a man that will die in the next 2 years?
Nobody. Absolutely.
But it happens.
Yes, it does.
Happens.
It does.
So I would say it is better we brace ourselves for the something that the possibility of something happening.
But is it not you being negative? Is it not you inviting trouble to yourself?
This is part of life.
Okay.
Disappointments are part of life.
Okay.
So the same thing with infidelity. I'm not saying you make up your mind to forgive your partner even before the event. Know that there is a possibility of these things, taking place.
Okay, I really want to understand this. Now, what you're saying is that the person needs to be conscious that, okay, one day my partner might cheat on me.
That's the right word, might.
Okay.
Not will.
Okay.
Might
cheat on me. Isn't it a possibility? Okay, a possibility. Now, doesn't it make this partner become too careful? For instance, maybe you are my spouse, and then I know that, okay, my husband might cheat on me one day. Doesn't it make me want to always poke nose into your affairs? Like, okay, you're making a call and then I'm just eavesdropping into your conversation, or you go somewhere and then I want to, do you understand? Like, doesn't it make me be too careful?
No, not at all. If you get to that point, I think you're harming yourself.
But that's me being conscious of the fact that
all you have to understand is that these are humans.
Okay.
There are some things that goes down with human beings. And one of them is the ability to fall.
Okay.
You must understand that humans fault. There are fault lines in every human being.
There's no perfect person.
We are growing towards perfection. We are already made perfect by God, and we are to, practicalize perfection. But it's a process.
It's a process. Okay.
But along the line, what if there's a fall?
Okay.
are you going to kill yourself? Are you going to end the marriage
So
because there was a fall?
if I understand what you're saying, it means that having that notion that my partner might cheat on me
It's a possibility.
Okay, so all I need to do is just relax and make up my mind. And not try to keep investigating or yes, okay.
It gives you room to forgive, to heal.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever been slapped when you never expected it.
Of course, my father did that to me.
You never expected what is going to, and when you expected it, the effect are they the same?
They are not the same.
They are not
One,
the same.
you'll be very cautious that okay, I know that he's going to slap me next. And then when you don't even know, it just comes no, one hurts more than the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one you never expected it hurt more than the one you expect.
Okay.
You know that there's a possibility that it could happen. So the same way.
Okay.
When you acknowledge that you are dealing with humans and gives room, for them to be human, when it happens, the healing process is easier than when you feel the person is an angel from heaven. And mind you, even angels, they erred. Some of them erred. So the effect can be the same. So brace yourself. The healing process is bracing yourself. Know that you are living. Your partner is a human, and giving you opportunity to be human.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not a robot.
All right. Well understood. So, can someone really forgive and forget? Is it possible?
I've said it before in this on this show. It is possible. It is possible. You can forgive, but the forgetting part, it's what no man can assure you, because it takes God to do that. What do I mean? Humans, our minds is like is our memory base. Okay. That most times you see activities of years back, it flips up on us, These things, God designed us this way. That's why we are not machines.
Okay.
We could recount the years back. One could say, "Chai, I thank God for my partner.
Yeah.
He used to be very bad, but today he's good." What makes you make such a statement? There were, difficult years back.
Yeah.
So, but today you still remember the events. But the difference is that you've forgiven, you've let go, and the man is a better person, or the woman is a better person. So you can forgive, but forgetting, I doubt.
Wow. So
the difference is just that you remember. When you've forgiven, you remember, but you don't act or you don't act on it to be vengeful. You don't.
Okay. So for people who cheat, is that as a result of their love fading away?
Not at all. Not at all. Because what will you say in the event of a man that sees a young lady and he's so much in love with a young lady, and the night of the eve of their wedding slept with somebody? Are you trying to say he doesn't love you? No.
So what would you say that is?
And even in the marriage, you see some men, after cheating, they come on their way back, they look for very good gifts and they buy for their wives.
Oh, wow.
I've only seen a man, for instance, in an affair, with a side chick, and the side chick said something about the wife, and he gave the side chick a very sound warning: "Don't you ever talk about my wife."
So if you know that you respect this woman like this, why do you cheat?
That's why I said it's societal values.
Okay.
Your upbringing, your mentality, your concept of life. If it is wrong, you act wrongly. Okay. But that doesn't mean that fellow is a monster. He just have a problem with his mentality. He needs to be re-educated.
Okay, so let's talk about self-control. Do people really need to be giving this orientation about self-control? Because for me, just like you have said, I think you pointed out the causes: lack of self-control. So how do people get this self-control? I was thinking maybe something that has to be built from the inside, but maybe you have to. Do people need to get trained to have self-control?
Oh yes, because in other words, if I should rephrase, I could replace the word self-control to the word discipline.
Okay.
You are trained to be disciplined. You are trained in it. So one could be trained to apply self-control.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So will I say that the reason why people cheat is lack of self-control? Like generally, that is the main reason why people cheat.
You cannot say general. There are other factors, but self-control is a major one.
It's a major one.
It's a major one in the sense that one not being taught that there's something like called self-control might not be able to apply it.
Okay.
For instance, if I get you a car, everything registered in your name, and you never knew the car was yours, you might never use it. That's the same thing.
Okay.
That if you are not taught that you could be disciplined in certain area, apply control in certain area, draw boundaries and limits in certain areas, you might be unable to apply them when needed.
Okay. So now, what role should the society play to curb this infidelity?
Wow. I've said the society, like I told you earlier, there has been already a 3-layer of security given. So another thing is for the parents to ensure that their children grew up well.
Okay.
They grew up well. Ensure that you are careful of your actions as parents, knowing that your children could blow things out of proportion.
Yes, that's true.
Yours might happen as a result of one error, but
they might see it as a normal thing.
It could become norm to them, and they blow it out of proportion.
Okay.
So the major work has to be done at home.
Okay.
Problems we have today in our societies is as a result of failed parenting.
Yeah.
Majority of them, both the corrupt politician, both to the armed robber, to the terrorists, so on and so forth. They are countless. So it is a result of failed parenting.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I'll say that this conversation, I have really, really learned a lot. Thank you so much for coming back. Like, we'll call you again. You have to come again.
And the pleasure is always mine. It's always mine.
Okay, so this is what the show is all about. It is an educative show. I'm sure that you have learned something today. And please, let's help curb this high rate of divorce. It's really, really getting out of hand. And then, just like our guests have said, that the main foundation is the family. So parents, you have a lot of work to do so that your children do not grow up to think that hurting somebody is a normal thing. All right, so it's been On This Table. Do not forget that On This Table is an entertainment show exclusive to Kingsprimetv TV. And apart from On This Table, we also have very interesting shows, very interesting movies for you to get entertained with. All you have to do is just download the app, go to your Google Play Store or iOS Store and download the Kingsprimetv TV app. Subscribe, and then you have access to lots and lots of educative and exciting movies. And also, do not forget that you can also follow us on all our social media platforms. And please, please, please go to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you so much for all your comments. Yeah, it's really very exciting. Thank you so much for your comments. Until next time, it's Joy Duke saying, and it is bye.